Rise and shine. Milestone completed. Pure Park Mania.
Missed T.
Alright, so objective conquer hoaxes 4. Alright, we're gonna have friends.
Alright. How to join you?
I sent you an invite. You need me to send you a new one?
Yeah.
There you go. Alright, so I'm not sure. Here's where we should go.
Almost there.
Magnificent mod!
Okay, how do you join while you're in the game? Deep Galactic. Deep
Shift tab. You'll see that there's a message for me that is an invite.
Hitting tab brings me
Shift.
to.
You hit shift and
Oh,
tab.
okay.
So
Shift
hold
and
shift
tab.
and hit tab.
Popular guides. Invite you to play. Deep Rock Galactic. Play game.
I would call you.
boys better be better miners than you are dancers.
Discord, living room.
Living room. Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Play some Dwarves.
Is John preoccupied?
I'd send him a message. What's with this drone?
Solo?
The Bosco
Yeah.
HPD 3V317.
If you're solo, then you get the drone with you.
Oh, okay. I don't need to mess with that.
Help attack stuff, and you can also tell it to mine stuff on the walls.
Oh, that's cool. In case you want to go see it.
They call it a mine. A mine.
Mission selected. Powering up the drop pod. Get on board, team.
Come on, you lazy bastards. We've got a job to do.
Drop sequence initiating.
Who didn't shower yesterday?
Rocket stone. Rock and roll. We're all gonna die.
This mission feels as
Remember, leave no one behind. Oh, yeah.
We've set our targets on several deep wells of liquid morkite, so we're sending in a refinery for you to fill. Set the whole thing up, get it cranking, and let's pump those deposits dry. Time to build some pipelines, roughnecks.
And tell him I sent ya.
Pump jack launched. Stay clear from the impact zone.
There is nitro over here. Pipe, place. Don't got room for more.
Liquid
Access
morkite.
provided. Platforms placed. Smooth.
Great job. First pipeline between pump jack and refinery established.
Here, have a bullet in the stomach. It's armed and ready. beat your record this time. Just watch me.
Request accepted. Stand clear. Pump jack inbound.
Took out a loot bug.
Object hooked up to the refiner.
Platform! Let's show them some pain! Watch and learn! Loot bug looted! Loot bug
Into the
eliminated!
pipeline.
Another pump jack connected to the refinery. Just one more to go.
Sweet! Flares! Recharging! Nitra! Platform! I made a platform!
Your own explosion.
Can't carry anymore!
Fun ride. Let's get the thing.
Platform created. Platform
Oh, you
up.
missed it. Or you're almost there.
Too far.
One platform ready to use.
Jack requested and is inbound.
I forgot to start. Keep looking at the ceiling for the seeds.
Yep, there's some seeds over here.
Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
Sentry gun needs assembly. Sentry armed. One sentry gun ready to be built. Needs assembly. Armed and ready.
Contact. Lock and load.
Why was he going off the wall? Decoy up. Hardy one down. Pipe segment built.
You're almost through the wave, team. Go, go!
I love grinding. That felt good. Yeah. We need these in the space raid. Pipe segment up. Right here. Down the hatch. Like riding a roller coaster. What a beauty! Pipe segment done! Good enough. Clunk, clunky dunk. Pipe, ready. Hello. Why does it feel
Yeah,
like I'm the
building
only
it
one building
fast.
the pipeline?
All pipelines and pump jacks built. We're ready to start extracting the liquid morkite. Return to the refinery and start up the pump sequence.
Yeah, the seeds. Oh, and there's...
R&D did good with the pipe writing. Smooth operator. Found some nitra. Platform. Platform up. Oh, I can't carry anymore.
You might not be able to mine nitrate, but I can.
Someone's been dumping seeds. That's probably.
Down the hatch. I actually think we're gonna make it.
We're so close to having enough seeds. There's so many.
Still some spots over here in the ceiling at the bunch.
Oh, we have
Depositing mineral.
just all around.
I was just literally kind of up here and I was just throwing them down.
Watch and learn. Down it goes.
There it is. Get on seeds.
Well done. Secondary objective completed.
Doing all right so far.
Can I push the button?
I still got a
God damn it, there's a pebble in my boot.
really need a resupply.
Cool. Can I call it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got like 300 nitro
The
too.
liquid morkite is being extracted.
Okay, I'll take pump number 3.
Pump jacks are working at full capacity. Be warned, the noise will draw in the locals, so stay on your toes and do what you can to protect and maintain the equipment. Lock and load, team. Swarm incoming.
No one the more. Like that.
Liquid morkite is being extracted. Pump sequence at 25%.
Oh, big one.
Get away from me. Lure is up.
The extraction has stopped. Pipeline's in need of maintenance.
Pump 2's fine.
Okay, I see where it is. Oh, but I fell.
Pipeline repaired, but other pipelines are still malfunctioning.
There we go.
Going later on in the fight.
Pipe fixed and operational.
Oh, I haven't gone later on the fight.
Die! Take that!
Well done.
All right.
Pipelines are fixed, and the refinery is purring like a kitten once more. 50%. Keep all systems running, and we're done in no time. We got company. Incoming swarm approaching you.
Whole pipe writing thing was a great idea.
Yeah, I really like it. Pump grind.
We got a leak. Locate it and fix it.
Johnny B's contacting all of us.
Pipeline functional again. However, we still have malfunctions in the system. This pipeline is fixed, but there are more outstanding issues.
What's up, y'all? Alright, I have a question. I have a riddle for everyone.
Yeah.
What was once, is not now, but is yet everywhere and will ever last? The answers are time, consciousness, or like this evil fog that is over the whole land.
Pump sequence at 75%. Keep the pipelines running at all costs. Wave alert. The noise
I'll
from
go
the
with
refinery
time.
is attracting the bugs. Get ready for a scuffle.
See, I like consciousness too because it says what was once is not now. So it's like if people are in the fog, they're not really conscious. So it's not now. But it is everywhere because everything in there is a manifestation of people's feelings. And will ever last because it's never going away. It's part of the land. So I like consciousness for that. But time also works because time existed before, doesn't exist right now.
Press the launch button when you're ready.
Yeah, consciousness is pretty good.
Yes, you are correct. Now she's speaking all backwards to me and shit.
I feel like time would include now.
Me too. That was the thing, but the lore of the game itself makes it so that it's called Tainted Grail. It's based off of a board game, but they made it into like a roguelike deck builder. So, like, there's 3 different like factions, and they have several classes you can play within those factions that have their own different mechanic using the cards that are related to the faction. So like you know, one of the guys, you never discard maneuver cards, you always keep them in your hand, but whenever you use them they flip over to another card. And your ultimate ability is that after you flip several cards, you'll get a large increase in damage.
Hang tight.
And you'll also flip all your cards over once.
Stand back.
Which is kind of cool if you have the backside of the cards that you need to play in your hand currently, so you can flip them all over and then dump your hand, or rather, dump all your shots and play all your maneuvers. So that's kind of cool. And then like another one within the same faction, like, what is it? After you use your ultimate ability, you gain like a super special arrow that you can shoot. That's like dummy strong. That also scales in damage based off of, you know, how many charges you have of that. And then there's another class, I guess.
Hurry up! I'm getting bored!
another class in that faction where you use, like, you build up charges and then you get like one shot for every charge that you expel. So they're really three of the same style character, but they have kind of different ways to play them. A lot of it is really just like holding out till you have enough damage to like fucking one turn kill everyone. That's been kind of the strategy, and they all do that differently. But
So this is
It's
a new card game?
it's just a computer game of a card game. It's actually a board game, but they made a computer card game of it.
Impeccable work. You're making good progress, and management have cleared you for escort duty missions. Lesser dwarves would not have made it this far.
No, I play a lot of Wingspan with Kim.
Plane.
Yeah, it's like an aviary type of game where like you place birds on a board that then grant you abilities to try to get the most amount of points from your overall aviary after 5 rounds, or yeah, after 5 rounds of play. So like as you it's really laid back, and like she's never played like Battlestar Galactica or anything with like more advanced rules than like Monopoly. So it was a good kind of intro to holy shit, look at, you know.
High quality game.
Yeah. And it's a Stonemeyer game, so it's like a really like all the pieces are really quality. And there's also like a lot of aftermarket stuff you can buy for it. Like if you want to get you throw dice into the back of the birdhouse, into the tray, and then you use those dice to collect resources for food for your birds, to cast new birds, right? So like that birdhouse you can get in like balsa wood, so it's like a more permanent fixture, just much nicer. And then all the trays to put all your shit in, you get those with balsa, you get those with like wood or something of the like. Yeah. Like if I had a 3D printer, I would make things, and then we could probably have fun painting that type of shit together. I feel like that's another cool thing that we could possibly do.
Rent a 3D printer or find a place that
If there's printing services. I mean, they're not.
They're cheap, aren't they?
They're yeah.
Like $180 will get me a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Still a decent amount of money, but it's a cool little hobby fixture expenditure that like adds a lot more hours of like enjoyment and tooling with things and developing skills. So
Like FDM and resin kind of just depends on the quality of stuff you're looking to have when you're done.
Alright, 12 brothers believing in dream. Check the wall at the side of the dream. What did they find? Jeez. The answers are a girl, death, a voice, the void. That's awkward. So 12 brothers believing in dream. Check a wall at the side of the dream.
Mission selected.
How many sides is a 12 or this isn't for thinking, this is just in the game.
Side of the dream, probably void. What were the other two options?
I feel like void also is the answer, because if they're all on different sides, then there's just emptiness on the inside.
Watch and learn.
The other answers were a girl, death, a voice, the void.
Yeah. Here we go.
Void's the only one that seems to have a connection to the thing.
Right?
Still kind of weak, but
It says no sorry, you should have paid attention to your old nanny tale. So it's not the void. What are these old nanny tales? And this is all about like King Arthur.
Orders from management. Stop dancing and get to it.
So I don't understand anything in there. But I just lost 23 hit points because I got the answer wrong. Which isn't the worst thing, but I have to get it right this time.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like there's some lore from the game that they're trying to reference.
Yeah.
Barrels are to be left alone and not hurled, kicked,
I don't know.
tossed,
Dreams
or in
could
any
have
way moved
voices.
I'm gonna say a girl. Nope. Lost more hit points. Voices. Oh yes.
Let's get this mission rolling.
We're ready for the last one.
Initiating. Fasten your seatbelts.
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, armor, sword, boots, helmet, or shield. Which one would a wise warrior choose?
Down forever.
Armor to protect his body. Without it, he would die sooner. Sword to attack his opponents. A warrior without a sword is nothing. Boots to run from unnecessary fights. The best defense is flight. Shield to push an opponent away and protect himself at the same time. Helmet to protect the best of him in his mind.
I mean,
Sword or boots?
it's sword or boots. If it's not sword or boots, they're wrong.
Yeah. You need to be able to run away from competition, or it's pretty good because then you can actually attack. I
Sword.
think if it's that sword.
I lost hit points. Go
Boots.
Boots, if you can avoid
Wrong.
fighting in the first place. They said
And
sword and boots were
yeah,
wrong.
it's gonna be helmet watch because his mind. Yep, without his mind, even the greatest warrior couldn't decide which one of the rest of the items to use in combat.
Yeah, but helmet
Oh,
doesn't
man.
protect your mind.
Yeah, I have to disagree.
This time we're after an Omeran Heartstone. In order to extract it, we're sending in an
It should have been boots or
autonomous
sword.
to support you.
I mean, let's pair up a soldier with a sword and one who just has a helmet. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hold on, only hit me in my head, but yeah, that fool's just
Soldier
gonna
with
get
the
killed for his
helmet
helmet.
is no threat,
Approaching
which,
landing zone.
He's gonna get killed for his helmet.
yeah, the warrior with the sword
Yeah,
is
what's
going to kill the other
important
one with the
now?
helmet.
We're like, oh look, that guy's got a helmet, no sword. Let's go get him.
Lloyd!
What do I do with the shale?
Well, when we need to refuel the dozer, it'll have tanks that'll soak up the shale. So right now it doesn't really do anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at them trying to be clever, but wrong.
Time to pay Molly a visit.
This is interesting too, because this is story based, like on your save. Because you can't do the quest as like save based, it's not run based. So they're asking me if I want a reward. And I don't know if these are permanent. And I don't know what they're going to give me. Because they're cryptic also. Give me light for my journey, which could either be like increased duration of your torch
Drill dozer moving. Try to keep up.
permanently, or just for the map. Give me something I don't know I need, well shit, you know. Some dude's got eyes coming out of his fucking head, he probably knows a little bit more than I do. And then give me something you have but can't use yourself, which I think is weird and interesting.
Just playing a sort of choose your own adventure game yesterday. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready to protect the drill dozer.
So it's just played with a group of people, and I think the rules in it has like some prompts, but you could really just make up anything for your setting. Just kind of go around the group, and like the person who's currently like did the last part of the narrative is the one who's gonna pick, and everybody else describes an option.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fixed. Look over here. Light is up. Loretta could really use an armor. Stop your bullet! That was great. Inhibitor healed up. Watch it! Platform's nice. One platform ready to use. Lighting up! I made a platform. Red up repair.
Explosive.
I should call Oh yeah!
Things about to go boom.
Take it easy! It's our job to keep little Donnie safe. Let there be light! Molly is on the way.
Every bullet count.
Molly, over here! Get this home safely, will you, Molly? I found a gold plane.
The drill dozer is out of fuel. You need to refill the fuel canisters mounted on its back. Use the canisters to extract any nearby oil shale, and we'll have the drill dozer operational again in no time.
Be gone.
Go roll on the highway, you freak! You're as good as new, Doretta. Molly, come here. Smooth. Platform up. There is gold here.
Faster. Lead.
Hope the bandage stays on.
Damage repair.
So the game might start with like you're on an island frozen in ice searching for treasure, and like what do you do? And then someone might be like, if you investigate the mountain on the island, turn to page, and they just like make up page numbers so it sounds like a choose your own adventure book.
Sure.
And then like each person makes up an option. So it's like if you do this, turn to page. If you do that, turn to page. And then
Okay.
the person
I like the choose your own adventure stuff.
and then the
Part of
person
what
who
it
like
is.
started and said, you know, you've arrived on the frozen island, they'll pick one of the people's options.
Interesting. So one person is the storyteller, but you have to use the options created by the group.
And then the person whose option you pick becomes the storyteller.
Okay.
And each time someone gets picked, you roll 2d6, and so there's 12 like pages that get read for the story.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 2 pages you don't have to roll anything, but after that you roll 2d6, and it has to like beat the page number that you're on. And if it doesn't, then your character suffers a horrible death, and that person instead of just like their option gets chosen, and then they have to describe like the terrible fate that happens. And then you cheat and you flip back to the last branch that you were at, and you pick a
And then you
different
go
option,
from there. Yeah,
which automatically succeeds.
that's fun. Because that was super common in those books.
Yeah,
Like all pages were death in some parts of the story.
yeah. And it's like, oh, I didn't like that one. Let me go back.
Yep.
Help me protect the dozer! One section's unread, I didn't very like it. Shoot them, not me! Smooth. Let's fill the fuel canisters with oil shale. Anyone needs ammo? There's nitro here. Platforms, please. Platform! No more room. Time for deposit. Attack the Redder! I'm having the best time in my life right now. Got it! Fixed! Ready to shoot.
Oh, it's barking. Hello.
One platform, ready to use.
Never gets old.
Well, I fell.
There is oil shale.
Alright, where...
I think a couple platforms would help where I died.
Okay, I see. You fell. Oh, okay, you got picked up. shit, I gotta go towards the thing.
The drill dozer is under attack. Get it fixed up before we lose it.
Got a good sized chunk over here. I just can't quite get close enough.
Time for a light show! Drill dozer fixed!
So close. You need probably.
Loretta, repair! Anyone starting to drill dozer?
The drill dozer has just suffered permanent damage. Keep that thing running at any cost.
Should have left my nose on the bloody spice ring. Damage, repair!
Oh, you got all the fuel.
The soundtrack for that game is pretty good. Like the mood of the game feels good. Like I don't know. I put a bunch of hours in. Like, and maybe I like it because it's not as hard as like Slay the Spire. But the tone of
Just
it is cool.
Platform right out there. You got it.
Let me know when you guys are good to go, and then I'll jump in.
Protect the drill dozer. It's being attacked by wildlife.
Got 2 more levels to go before I can use this Della.
Keep those bloody bugs off the drill dozer. Stop shooting, you pointy ears.
You know what, Tor? It does feel a little bit like a combination of like Hades and Darkest Dungeon, but it's not as good as me combining those things together.
Wait, what? What game?
That Tainted Grail Conquest game.
Supply plot requisitioned. Launching now.
It's like a not best combo.
Drill dozer is fueled and ready to go.
It's good, but it's just not. I don't know. The next game that's inspired by this game, I feel, is going to be one of my favorites
Everything looks fine.
of like
Expect that
a
to
good
change
period of time.
soon.
Because I love that aspect of Hades where as you get into each of those interactions through the multiple runs, that you get the story of the world that you're in. Like, I love that. And then, you know, the card game stuff, like Griffland's a great game, Slay the Spire is awesome. I'd say I'd probably put more into those two than any other card-based games. I can't even remember any others really on the top of my head.
Incoming swarm. Keep the dozer safe.
But yeah, and Griffland's the best part about that is those story-centric. Like, your runs take a long time when you're trying to get to the story because you're reading everything. But the challenge modes are great because just like playing Slay the Spire with like more interesting, I feel like more interesting mechanics. I like Slay the Spire a lot, but I think it's got more potential for modding and stuff like that. I don't know. Slay the Spire is fun. It's good for picking up and playing.
The mods added a lot to it.
I noticed that with you playing as much as you do. Like, it seems like you spend a lot of time on not base game.
Yeah. Just like, oh, here's a character to try. Oh, here's another one to try.
Yeah, I really like the deck builder games. There was one I was really looking forward to that didn't get good reviews. But it was like kind of a Cthulhu paranormal-y sort of deal. Yeah, I feel like with the deck builders I could spend a good deal of time on those guys, especially with those roguelike type features. Yeah, it seems like Grifflands and Tainted Grail are the top of the new and trending deck builders. And then top sellers, those three, Slay the Spire, Grifflands, and Tainted Grail, are there. The one you were playing, Monster Train, looked really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like, what's that other one I got?
I feel like there wasn't quite enough to it to make it great, but it was still pretty good.
Legend of Keepers is pretty good. I like that one. Got a good little dungeon crawly flair to it. And it's got those roguelike features. I'm not too cool to say I like them.
The drill dozer is ready to start the extraction of the Umaran Heartstone. Awaiting your call, team.
You know, it all really goes back to Dreadmore.
Knights has been withdrawn and supply pod is inbound.
I feel like that was one of the first that like really did it.
It's a really good game. It's a shame their second one fell apart.
And that game, Unepic, is also pretty good. The narrative is very like 90s, you know, teenager video game type.
Objective completed. Fine job.
I got it!
Smooth. One sentry gun ready to be built. Ammo taken. Armed and ready. Getting more ammo. Grabbing ammo.
How deep are you guys into your mission right now?
We're at the core.
Oh, cool.
Anyone needs them? There's side from
Take a disciplined wildfire.
Speed.
Over here.
Drill dozer has begun cracking the Umaran shell. If you lose the dozer, you lose the mission. So guard it well against any hostiles. Attention team, to keep the drill dozer running at full capacity, you need to keep it clear of
I should get
bugs.
rid of this berserk
Also,
talent.
we got an incoming swarm.
You don't use it often?
Combat positions. The
Problem is, it's too easy to use it when you don't mean to. So like, I don't know. It's always on cooldown because I used it, but didn't actually use it.
It's a bummer. What do you have to hit to activate it?
It's when you do a power attack while your power attack's on cooldown.
Oh.
So I'm always just like, can I power attack? And then apparently sometime in there berserk was triggered. But I didn't know, so I didn't take advantage of it.
outer crust has been breached. Keep defending the drill dozer.
Watch the floating rocks. Watch and learn. Smooth.
I'm glad we have someone who can rocks and stone.
Your history. Let there be light. Reloading.
Swarm detected.
I'm all out of
The
ammo
drill dozer
for the
operational
sentries.
at all costs.
Umaran Heartstone.
The drill dozer is at the halfway point. Keep it running. Swarm! It's a big one, team.
Sweet. Dance with this.
yeah, I want the artifact. Good shit.
The drill dozer just has to
Like
drill
with
a
this
little
game, you
further
play a
and
dungeon
get
master. You get to choose between a couple of them that have different abilities. Some guy focuses more on traps, like one's really good at magic. It's like hits this stuff, and like morale-related things. I think out the gate, I just noticed that you can also upgrade their shit with these rituals during
a big horde of enemies
missions
approaching the drill dozer.
or during your downtime between when the heroes come. And yeah, now they're here, and you get to set up different rooms of the dungeon as they make their way towards you. And in their way, you'll place like traps, or you'll cast spells, or you have parties of monsters that you set up in rooms. And each of these heroes has like skills and talents and abilities that they'll use against you guys, and they also have their own sets of resistances, weaknesses, that you then would assign your monsters accordingly in order to best take advantage of, you know, the hero's shortcomings. This game's pretty fun too. I think if you're ever looking for like a sit down, kind of fool around with the thing, and be able to walk away from it whenever. Because nothing happens unless you click a thing, and it's all fast things. So if you have responsibilities pop up, like having to pay attention to somebody or having to be available, then these types of games are fucking awesome to allow games to coexist with their interpersonal relationship.
The drill dozer served its purpose. The Heartstone is ours. Deposit it and wrap up the mission.
I found the mule.
Armor and Heartstone secured. Press the button on the mule and we will send in the drop pod. Sending in the drop pod. Starting the countdown. This is it, team. Do us proud.
Yep. Hopefully we get to the drop pod. Drop pod's this way.
Like that.
Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Oh, I smell bacon. That one, mate. That one.
Ah, shit. Wrong one.
That one.
I want it open. The mule. Come on, mule.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
Whack-a-mole.
We go inside.
The mule has been successfully retrieved. Make it snappy, team. The drop pod won't hang around forever.
Yeah. Come on.
Good work. Well done. Management has decided for you to prove yourself with one last task. Several glyphic dreadnoughts have taken up residence in one of our caves, and we want you to deal with them. Good luck. You'll need it.
One more assignment to complete all these assignments.
Hot potato! Just a perk for me. Hidden gems my ass.
Is a spot open now?
D, are you done?
Thanks, guys.
There you go.
Hope I'll be there next time, T. Good luck, man.
I think I'm gonna head out as well.
Oh, you bouncing 2D. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I saw you
Get you on the next one then.
posting- Yeah.